What's up, everybody? Welcome to another reading with the Crown Priestess. This is going to be a pick a card reading. And we're going to be asking Spirit, what are people saying about you? Please take into consideration that whatever comes out in these cards doesn't necessarily have to be the truth. Some of it can be. It can be some truth, some lies. It can be all truth or all lies. You know your story. We just want to tap into the energies and the perceptions of the energies around you, right? Like, sometimes that can be helpful. And yeah, I just want to get started. So I was called to do that. So we have 3 cards here that I selected for you. Give me 1 second for coffee. So pile number 1 is going to be the pathway. Pile number 2 is going to be expectation. And pile number 3 is going to be journey. Okay. So pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. These are your psychic linking objects. If you need more time, pause the video. Pile 1 is pathway, pile 2 is expectation, pile 3 is journey. All right, without further ado, let's get cracking. Timestamps will be below. All right, so for those of you who chose pile 1, pathway, let's see what people are saying about you. What are people saying about pile 1? What are people saying about pile 1? Pile 1 people are recognizing your resilience in something in a time of adversity. You could be somebody who stands firm on morale, okay? Or at least this is like presented to people. People can see that you're a person of integrity. You're a person who has been through something quite trying, whether recently or in the past, and people see your resilience to this. People see how much you have gone through to bounce back, how much you have alchemized and transcended your pain, okay? Some people, they realize that you may be burdened by the energy of others. Like, some of you can be empathic or have psychic abilities as well. You can have just a very sensitive personality type, like one that is sensitive to other people's energy, people's emotions. Some people look at you like you may even be a mind reader to some degree. Like, I do feel that people have this respect for you. They have admiration and respect for you, pile 1. But there is an undertone of maybe intimidation that people feel when they're around you. You look like somebody who just is not to be played with, you know? And I think that people look at you and wonder why so many people have wronged you the way that they have. Like, why would somebody like you have gone through the things that you've went through, whether you've shared this with people or not? Because I feel like there's this level of like privacy, mystery to you. You know, I don't think it's secret, it's just private. But it doesn't go without telling. Like, it's like people can't really figure you out. They don't really know your business too much. but they know that to be a person of your value, your caliber, your morals, you have to have gone through something. You know, it's like it says it in your eyes. People wonder why you're alone. Alone, not lonely. I do feel that there may be somebody who wonders if you're lonely sometimes, but it's less about lonely and more alone. Like, people want to understand why someone like you doesn't have a partner. I think a lot of you may be single, or again, if you're not single, you look like it. Like, again, it's like you're very private about your life, you know, your home life, your personal life, even your social life. I think people wonder how they could approach you sometimes. There seems to be people who maybe want to be your friend or get to know you better, but they don't feel that they are given the opportunity to do so because you look so stern, or because you just don't seem like a person to easily let people in. You don't seem interested maybe in making friends. You're definitely somebody that people view as very attractive. There's a confidence to you that's undeniable. And it's like these people, when people look at you, their mind starts to just wander. Like, because there's so little that you share, yet your presence is so captivating. It's like your presence commands attention when you walk in the room, for certain. You could be a fire sign, could be a Virgo. Okay, yeah, you keep to yourself a lot. Like, people wonder, like, how does somebody that looks this good, dresses this good, you know, like, how is this person alone? Why have I never seen this person, you know, with friends, with a partner? Like, what do they got going on? People can't figure you out, Power One, but they are intrigued. They are intrigued. There is definitely, like I said, this alchemy to you that people can see. This almost divine energy. But it's very clear, like, you know, that you weren't always that way. No matter if these people knew you when you weren't that way or not. Even if these are new energies around you, they can tell that you weren't always like this. And they wonder what it is that brought you to this space in your life. You're very admired, Power One. You're very admired. You're a little intimidating. You're somebody that people really want to know. But again, with that Four of Cups, it's like you're not interested. And it becomes scary for people to approach you, because you may look like, you know, you may have your shit together. Maybe you don't, but you look like it. You know, if you're a person who don't got your shit together, could have fooled everybody here. You seem to keep yourself really grounded, really, like, put together. That's what they're saying. Like, you're put together. You just look stable. You look smart, safe, all the things. These are things that people, more people wish they had these qualities in themselves, which is probably why they want to get close to you, you know, because I don't get this taker energy from people around. I get this, like, there's this, like, fuck off, man, on your head. People approach you a lot for wisdom, too. Your wisdom may seem older than you are. It's almost sage-like. You have this expertise that people come to you for. People come to learn from you. People come to get advice from you. People come to pick your brain. Like, they just want to know. They want to know your perspective. They want to know what you think of something or how you would handle something, because they trust your judgment. They trust your integrity, and they trust your wisdom. You can be really smart, or you can be like a really you like a master at something, you know, if this is in the workplace or at school, or it could just be who you are. You just that person who knows stuff, you know, that guy, that woman that knows stuff. But people do feel that you can be unapproachable. You know, you're like the type of person that people have to wait for you to acknowledge them, because they're like afraid sometimes to say anything to you first. You can be at times very curt with people, you know, very short, not necessarily rude, but just brief, you know, it's very brief. You're selective, Pawan. And people wonder if you're selective because you're truly what you're showing on the outside, or if there's some hidden like agenda behind you. I don't think that you come off as inauthentic. On the contrary, where the Aries energy now, Emperor, I think you come off very original, very in charge, very much like you know what you want, you know what you are, you know who you are, you know what you offer. That confidence, man, it started out with the Queen of Wands and now it's ending at the Emperor. It's like there's something about you that continues to elevate in front of people, and they want to know your secret. They want to know how it is you're doing this. Like, is there's some magic trick? Are you taking some sort of course? Are you doing some type of magic? Are you know, like, what is it? Like, where did you get, how? You know, like, what the fuck? How did you get through this? How did you make this happen in a world full of like people who can't, essentially, you know, or, and it's not to say that people obviously can't achieve, right, and get their goals, attain their goals and accolades, but there's something about the way you push through, the way it's like you don't lose, Pawan, no matter what adversity, because it's very clear that there has been adversity, again, whether you've shared this or not. But it's like people look at you and they like, wow, they did it again. Like, you know, what do you need to know in closing? Continue to keep this sort of continue to keep, you know, keep doing what you're doing. I would say beware of takers. I don't see takers in this energy, but now in your closing advice, it is showing that people may try to latch themselves to you for gain, you know, for the wrong reasons, because they see what you are, they see what you have, and they feel like, I need to be that way and I need to have some. The good news is, Pawan, I think your discernment is so bulletproof. Like, it will be very difficult for people to do this. To my witchy girlies and boys, like, be proactive in your ritual work, in your protective work, because, right, thank you, malicious energies, these are people who will spellcast and try to dim your light, destiny swap, things of that nature. They want what you have and they don't know how you achieved it. Remember, that was the thing. So it's the same concept. If now a malignant energy, you know, how do you say that? A malevolent, not a malignant, damn, malignant is crazy, protect yourselves, but malevolent energies will, when they come to you, they will try to take this for themselves. So just beware of that. But I want to say that you are very protected. There's something that you went through in your life, or a series of things that you went through in your life that have brought you to the place that you are. And I see very clear that with that pathway card, because that is what you chose, Spirit is continuing to lead you into divine grace and prosperity. So I really like that a lot, Pal 1. Okay. That was cute. Pal 2. Pal 2. What it do? If you chose expectation. Yeah, I didn't get into the number in Pal 1, but they drew me to the number here on yours, Pal 2, number 28. Some of you can be 28 years old, or the number 10 is very significant for you. Pal 2, what are people saying about you? Some of you can be expecting, if you're a woman, congratulations, or you can be finding out about a pregnancy soon. If this is not yours, it can be anyone close to you. Or you can have heard of somebody being pregnant close to you. Some of you have been trying to get pregnant, is what people are saying. You're either wanting a baby or you're expecting a baby. I think that, again, if you're someone who maybe has fertility issues, or you and your partner have met discrepancies in terms of having a baby, I don't know if this is public knowledge or if it's just speculation. What are people saying about Pal 2? Trust divine timing with that, okay? Oh my gosh. Yeah. People are saying that, oh, Pal 2. People think that you are kind of a control freak. You don't allow things to unfold naturally, or you don't follow like the natural order of things. People, oh man, that's a little harsh, but some people, again, this is just what people say. You don't have to, that doesn't mean that it's true about you. You know your life. People can think that you have sort of this like God complex, where you feel like you know everything, or you know better than everyone else. Even it, like, you ever like been in a group, like let's say a group of people is talking about, let's say a group of doctors is talking about a patient, right? They're talking about a patient. Why did I say is? Are talking about a patient. I swear, I went to school, y'all. It's early. It's like 7 a.m. But let's say a group of doctors is talking about a patient. Is it that way? Anyway, moving forward. Because now I feel like an idiot. It's just too early, and my coffee is still new. But they're talking about this patient, and the janitor chimes in like, yeah, because if you use this kind of whatever, you know. Now let me be very frank. Just because someone is not right, just because the janitor is a janitor and not a doctor, doesn't mean that he doesn't have wisdom or know things or something to offer to the conversation. But I feel like people with you is like, they feel like you chime in and get into things that have nothing to do with you, that you have no experience on, or that you couldn't possibly be able to provide insight on. It's like that. Like, it's like, why would a group of doctors listen to what a janitor has to say about a patient that they were working on? You understand? It's something like that. And again, maybe you do have the information, but these people, they're like, what are you doing here? There's some sort of like level of social exclusion here. This could be in a family dynamic. I'm getting kind of heavy that it's in a family dynamic, and then family and home literally just came out. Remember what I said about the kids too. So if you're expecting, if you're pregnant or you're trying to get pregnant, this is something that your family is talking about, and perhaps not in the best way. Okay. I will watch out for people like that. around me when I'm pregnant, or, you know, around my children, etc. But there could just be a lot of sort of gossip about you. Now, I will say, I think that these people really misunderstand you to a great degree, but they feel annoyed with you. Like, I don't know what happened, especially if this is in a family dynamic, but it can be friends, could be colleagues, could be neighbors as well. Somebody's saying neighbors, your neighbors. First of all, neighbor is hilarious to me because I feel like you're entirely too involved. I mean, some people are cool with their neighbors, I guess, but like, bitch, you don't know me, so what are you talking about? But anyway, yeah, there's something around, like, I'm getting that it's a family, and they just talk shit about you. They don't really, and they're very phony about it, you know, like they pretend that they care to indulge you, you know, like they indulge you. I see that. It's like, let's say the janitor with the doctor thing again, like, oh yeah, of course, like they invite him into the conversation and they listen to what he got to say, and it's like, right, yeah, we've definitely whatever, but like the janitor sort of takes over and becomes like forces himself to, I don't know if it's like forcing himself to fit in, or again, if it's this God complex that somebody thinks that you have, where you just feel like you have the facts, you feel like you know everything. And it's like, once you leave the room, they're all laughing at you. Like, they're all like, the fuck, what? Like, what the fuck is this person talking about? What, like, why do they do that? Like, you're the butt of a joke when you leave the room, you know? I'm sorry to say that. I do feel like there's someone in the middle of this, though. Like, if this is a group of people, there's maybe like one or two people who really don't want to engage in this. They might even feel like it's a level of bullying, it's low frequency. It is low frequency, but you know, it's like, I don't want to gossip about this person anymore. I don't like, why the fuck are we talking about her? Why, like, what the hell? Like, what is your what's, you know, how's your, is your life any better? It's something like that. Like, it feels like the people around you are very judgmental about what's going on in your life right now. No matter what it is, you could be going through some trying times, whether it's trying to start a family, trying to get a home, you know, trying to mend a relationship, going through a breakup, something of that nature, something to those degrees. Maybe you just lost your job, maybe you're homeless, you know, like you're in between, you know, looking for stability. There's something like you're lacking stability, but maybe you're still like, I don't know if it bothers people that despite what you lack, you still have like this vanilla attitude about it. Like, you're still positive. You know, you're still like enthusiastic. You still look like, you know, maybe you don't look like what you're going through. You know what I mean? Or then to them, it's like either they're judging you as to like, either you're dumb as fuck because like you don't even realize that you're in a serious situation, and it just goes to show that you don't fucking know anything, or they feel like you're like super in denial. These people are, I don't like these people. About to, they say really mean things, you know, like these people don't really have positive opinions about you right now. And it's, you know, I feel like it's misunderstood more than anything. I don't, again, this is just what people think, this is what they say. It's not necessarily what you are, but it does seem like that. Like, it's like, why are you upset that somebody is like remaining with the glass half full? I feel like like I said, there's one or two people who don't like this, and maybe they've tried to defend you, like basically, like, why is it bad that even though, you know, fulano is going through this, that they're trying to remain positive? Why is it bad that, you know, they're giving their opinion to something just because what? Like, it's like, I don't know, it's like, oh, How the fuck a broke nigga gonna tell me about money? Kind of attitude, but it's like, is he gonna be broke forever? Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you see that gossiping? Like, it's just crazy. I don't know. I don't know what's tea here, but let's see. How to. What are people saying about you? Some of you can be very, yeah. You see, this now looks like you could be someone who people feel like you don't allow yourself to heal, or you don't take like real life too seriously. And this could be pissing off, like, again, like a mom or a dad. They look at you like, what the fuck, your head is in the clouds. Or it could be a sibling, it could be anybody, doesn't matter. But I keep getting this family archetype. They could feel like, you know, again, there's like, maybe you're traveling or something, but you don't really have the money to travel. You don't, or you just lost your job, but you're about to take a vacation. Like, this is like these people, they say like, you don't make good choices. Like, you don't have your priorities straight. Thank you. It's like, yo, your priorities are not straight. Like, you're spending money on this, that, and the fourth. Like, oh, this person just went over here. This person, you know, every weekend they're out partying. Every weekend, you know, they keep coming home with new clothes and shit like that, but they still ain't got nowhere to stay. They ain't got no money in the bank. They, you know, they need a job. It's something like that. Like, people are upset that you're not, I don't know, devastated by your circumstances or whatever it is. Like, they're trying to figure out what the fuck you so happy about. And it's like, well, damn, nigga, the fuck? Like, I get it. I can understand. I've been in places, you know, in positions where I felt like, you know, somebody may not have their priorities in line, but damn, it's none of my bit. Like, the way this is being clocked is like, these people are consistently talking about how much money you got, what you doing with your stuff, what you do with your time, you know, how you need to be doing this and you need to be worried about that instead of being worried about da 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 da. Like, these people are, holy shit. Ugh. Sounds like my family. Ugh. Oh my gosh. Yeah, these people feel like you don't take nothing serious. Like how much more, like what the fuck has to happen to so and so for them to like get it, you know? These people, it's just so weird, you know? I think that it's just like, you know, just imagine that parent, like that fucking helicopter parent that is like, they love you, but if you're not doing it their way, they're gonna feel a type of way. Like, you know what I mean? If it's not linear to their standard, it's like, what the hell are you doing? Why are you doing this? This is like, it's like that type of energy. These people can tell that you don't necessarily want to be around them either. Sometimes, like, they feel like, they say that you're detached. Like, oh, we haven't seen him in like 3 weeks. I know he feels away because of whatever. Like, something could have happened or been said. Maybe you overheard something, or you just got a vibe that these people were not like really fucking with you, or they were being phony or deceptive or whatever it was, and you could have distanced yourself. They noticed that. Like, they're talking about that distance. Like, oh, you notice how so-and-so didn't pull up to the party. You notice how so-and-so haven't been here in 2 weeks. You notice how so-and-so, we haven't heard from them. And like, such and such and such is because, remember when, like, it's like, everybody knows. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like you don't know. I feel like for a lot of you, this is not news to you. Like, you know that these people are saying this. You know that these people are like talking behind your back and stuff. But it's like, and they know that, you know, like, they can tell there's something about y'all energy that is like, and they try to be nice and laugh and key with you, and you just be like, yeah, cool. Like, I see that you're going to be like brushing these people off, but they're going to continue to try and I don't know, like be around, be friends. I will say though, right, with that, because there's like a Knight of Cups here and an apology. And I feel like that's what I said earlier about there's somebody amongst this group that does not feel like that about you. Somebody actually sympathizes with the situation, empathizes with the situation. They understand. Maybe this is somebody who's been through similar things. Maybe this is somebody who's just, you know, a little bit more mature, you know, emotionally mature, or more high frequency than their fucking family. You know, like, you know, I want to say that to you, pal, too, because I want you to know that, like, not everyone is against you. Not everyone is talking shit. Has this person probably been around to hear what these people have to say? Absolutely, especially if it's in a family dynamic or at work. But I will say that this is somebody who has probably defended you to some degree, if not consistently, and doesn't, like, once they realized that this was becoming like sport for people to just be talking shit about you every time you leave the room, they disassociated themselves as well. So pay attention to, like, the person that's also estranged. Like, if you be like, oh, hey, what you been up to? And they be like, I don't know, I haven't really seen anybody, you know, in a few weeks. That person is probably the one who's been defending you. Like, who, or at least who doesn't agree with, like, the people who are talking poorly about you behind your back. So what's your advice? I think that was a note for you to maybe recognize, you know, who's in your corner, or who's at least not talking shit about you. Yeah, you see? Temperance and Three of Pentacles. So you do have support. You do have a friend or two. I want to say at least two. Yep, Six of Cups. If this is in a family dynamic, I want to say that this is like a cousin, or could be a sibling as well, but I feel like it's like a cousin, maybe. I don't know why I got cousin. Could be a brother, because now I'm hearing from Sinners when the guy was like, y'all twins, and he was like, nah, we cousins. Like, you know, so maybe it is your sibling, but or your cousin. It's one of those two probably. Spirit is saying that that person you can trust, like that person got your back. They're not, you know, they're not entertaining the gossip. They have more empathy for your situation. They know you better, you know, and I think I feel that, like, they've said it, like, oh no, that's not what's going on with this person, you know. They're just, you know, it's okay to look at the glass half full, or maybe that's just how they deal with stuff, you know. It's not a big deal. Like, why the fuck are we talking about this? Like, anyway, I'll see y'all later. Like, y'all still talking about that? Like, you know what I mean? This person does not engage with the low frequency shit. So I think Spirit wants you to know that, like, you don't have to look at everybody like, you know, they fucking phony. There, you do have one or two people who definitely still have your back about shit. Okay. All right, I'm gonna leave it there. Oh, pal, too. Also, I wanted to say, with the energy that I saw, whatever you're going through, it's almost over. Something about 4 months, 4 weeks or 4 months, okay? The number 4 is important. 4 weeks, 4 months. Okay. Pile number trust. If you chose Journey, if you chose Journey, pile 3, let's ask Spirit, what are people saying about you? Pile 3, if you chose the Journey card, what are people saying about you? What the hell's going on? I don't know. Pile 3, I just heard fire starter. I don't know what that means. I don't know if you're like a person who causes drama, or if you're a person who just like has a spark, you know. Some people just have a fiery spirit. We're gonna find out, right? What are people saying about pile 3? What are people saying about healthy? Yeah, that gives fire starter to me. Detached with decisions. I don't know, something about you, Pal 3, people think is, I don't know, pretty dramatic. Yep, look, disharmony triggers conflict. I can't make it up. I can't make it up. I heard it. Fire starter. I don't know. So you can be kind of the rebel in your friend group and your family dynamic at work. You can just have this I don't give a fuck ass attitude, and you can be really mean. People think that you're mean to Pal 3 or that you're rude. Some people think you're really rude. Some people think that, oh my God, I just heard like you're miserable probably, like something like that. They think that you're really sad. Like, and that you project. It's like they think that you're projecting whatever it is that you feel about yourself or whatever it is that you're going through onto other people. These cards are terrible, actually. Like, there's not one nice card, for real, except maybe the present card. That's it. Everything else is like, ugh. People think that you fuck shit up and leave. They say this about you. They're like, oh, here comes Firestarter. I'm just gonna say Firestarter because that's what I heard. Here comes Firestarter to fuck shit up and leave. Like, people think that you're like a killjoy, Pal 3. Ugh. Like, you know how to fuck up a good time. You know how to fuck up a good whatever. Like, you make it about you, you know? Some people think that you're very self-serving. You're very selfish. That you're toxic at times. Even if you're not being engaged with the situation, it's like, this is like the person that comes to a party and then like cries in the corner or soaks in the corner, like, and soaking draws attention. I'm getting that from Wedding Crashers. Like, do not sit in the corner and soak. It draws attention to you in a negative way. Like, you know what I mean? It's something like that. Like, even if you're not beefing or causing a scene, it's like, why the fuck would this bitch come here just to be miserable? It makes no sense. Which, I get it. Like, that can be kind of a Debbie Downer, and I think that's what people think of you. Like, they say this. I don't think this is what they say. They like, here comes negative Nancy. Like, it's, you know, or negative Nathaniel. Like, you know, whoever, boy or girl, take the energy how it resonates. These are people who also feel like you just always have the worst shit to say. Like poor timing, poor delivery. Like, you know, when people tell like a really dark humor joke about something that happened and people are just like, too soon. You know, it's like that. Like, you can have sort of, I don't know, like this word vomit. There's a lot of air energy here. So it could be Libra, Aquarius, or who's the other one? Why can't I think of the other air? Gemini. Hello, happy birthday, Gemini. Is y'all season? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius could be. There's something about just like the words that just come pouring out of somebody's mouth. And a lot of times it's received in like poor taste. These people say that, I don't know, there's something about you like not having decorum, especially when it comes to your banter. Like, did you even think before you said that? Like, did you consider how it would make somebody feel? Maybe you just don't give a fuck how somebody feels. Maybe you just gonna say what you gonna say. And whether you like it or not, guess what? I don't fucking care. Oh, Pile 3, this is a little rough. Pile 2 was kind of rough too. But again, don't, only take it with a grain of salt, because this is just what people are saying about you. It doesn't have to be your truth. But people want you to leave. Like, like if you guys are hanging out, if you're at events, if you're at whatever social gatherings, especially, it's like people don't want you there, because you're either going to say something that's going to ruin the energy in the room, or they're waiting for you to say something that's going to ruin the energy in the room, or waiting for you to do something. I don't know if somebody specific, because this is like, I want to say this is two people that constantly are like back and forth about you. Like these are people who talk on the phone about you. This is like they call each other and be like, guess what negative did today? Like, you know, whatever. Guess how, whatever. Mind you, isn't that kind of like projecting? Because I feel like they're kind of being negative by only talking about this shit, but whatever. But anyways, it's like these people are just like, oh God, you know what I'm getting? I'm getting from Mean Girls when Regina calls Karen and she's like, oh, let's go out. And she's like, I'm on the other line with Gretchen. And she's like, don't invite Gretchen. She's getting on my last nerve. Like, they want to like exclude you because they just don't want to deal with your energy. They're like, no, she's being fucking annoying. Oh, this nigga's a pain in the ass. I don't like this nigga's mad annoying and I don't want to, because men are like this too. It's not just women. Take the energy how it resonates. Like men are just like, no, I don't even invite that nigga because that nigga's just always a problem. He's always talking. He gonna get us into something. La 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 la. Shit like that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. They just feel like you're a killjoy. Pal 3. They feel like you, or like you come and you're not involved. Like, so it's like, why do we keep inviting them if they don't care to have fun? They don't ever look like they're having fun. They don't ever want to be here. I think wow. It depends on, you have to know, the people that you're surrounding yourself with. And while I can respect that some people just are negative and terrible and probably shouldn't be outside with anybody, like until they heal that shit. Other people are like, they have depressive disorders, etc. It's like Eeyore in Winnie the Pooh, right? Like Eeyore was depressed boots. He was always sad. He was, like the blue little donkey that didn't want to really get involved. But it didn't stop his friends from including him because they felt like he needed to be around positivity, right? So it could be a situation like that where maybe you're not even trying to be the things that you are. Maybe you're going through something. Maybe you have a mood disorder or a mental health issue. And it's like, I don't know if these people know that about you or not. That probably might help your situation. If people don't know, you should probably be vulnerable about that so they don't think these things or so that they understand you better. But that is like they're being very like, don't bring this nigga. And you listen, I'm not even gonna hold you, Pal 3. If this, your story, if it's true or not, I can understand why people, like, I wouldn't surround myself with somebody who's always like that. But I would not be talking shit about it. I would just recognize that this is not what I want to do, probably say it once, and that's it. You never see me again. I feel like you're consistently seeing these people, and they're just consistently talking about this to each other, but not to you. Like, not telling you, like, yo, can you, like, shape up? Like, you know what I mean? Because if my friends are acting like that, I'm going to tell them. You know what I mean? I'm going to be like, girl, you going through something? Like, you want to go home because... like, we in here doing cartwheels and shit, and you over here crying. Like, I don't have time for that. You know what I'm trying to say? So, I don't know. I don't know, Pal 3. You can have, like, I don't know if you have, like, a lot of demands in your life that maybe make you, for lack of better words, bitter, cranky. Like, you can come off cranky. Maybe you guys have kids or, you have small children or something like that. So you just be snappy. You don't really be wanting to do stuff. Like, you don't have time to do stuff. So when people invite you to something, you go, but maybe you're not like, you're not in the best mood because you're tired, you're aggravated, you're irritated, you're those things like that. Yeah, I feel like people say that you just like, maybe you bite off more than you can chew. I think people are just like, they wonder why. Like, it's like, why did Susan come if she knew that she wasn't in a good mood? But it's like I said with that Eeyore effect, like, maybe your mood is not the best, but you still understand that it's better to go out. Like, I need some sun. I need to have fun. I need to be around people. Maybe people don't realize that you being alone and isolated and in your thoughts and detached is a dangerous place for you. I don't know, But I would say, Pal 3, if that is something that you're dealing with, you need to tell somebody. Maybe what the fuck? People think you just toxic, quite literally. I think what people don't see is that you're going through a lot, or you've been through a lot, or you have these health problems. And you need to share it with somebody, because I think people are woefully misreading the energy. Like, people they don't understand. They don't understand why you're like this, why you coming around. What's the point if you just gonna fuck up everything? You always fucking up the energy, bringing the room down. Like, oh, nobody wants to deal with the drama. Nobody wants to deal with the melancholy. Like, oh, that's what they're saying. This is what I'm hearing this. Like, okay. Oh, this bitch always got something going on. This nigga always got, like, oh my God, he just coming over here. He's always something. He always borrowing money. He's always, oh, what the fuck? Borrowing money? I don't know if you annoy people by asking them for things. Somebody feels like maybe like you're needy, but then you act like you got it. This is like somebody who, let's say they lent you money, but they see you acting like you got it. You know what I mean? And it's like, it pisses them off. It almost makes them want to tell everybody that, nigga, I bought those shoes, or I gave him that money. I'm wondering how, da 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 da. He's out here fronting. You know, I don't know. This is like the friend that lends you a dress and then tells everybody that she lent you the dress. Like, you know what I mean? Like, were you doing me a favor or no? Like you didn't have a dress for the party. I wanted you to go to the party, so I lent you the dress. Then people say like, oh my God, your dress is so pretty. And I'm like, yeah, it's mine, because I don't, like, what? Like, I would never do that to somebody. Like, but people are like that. And that's what the energy that I'm getting from somebody here. Like, maybe they helped you out with something, or, you know, they feel like they introduced you to certain people or whatever. And now you walking around like you tough shit. And they're not realizing maybe that this is like something you needed as a confident booster. You know, you needed to feel good about something, and now they're hateful towards it. They're like talking shit or telling everybody like, those are my fucking shoes, that was my fucking purse, that was my dress. Oh, I gave that nigga that shirt, I bought that nigga them sneakers, like I let that nigga drive my car, like shit like that. Like, you know, like somebody's like that. Like they're very like that. Like they brag and boast, and it's all to like take away from you. It's to devalue you, because they don't like that you show up like you the shit, you know? Okay. What's your advice here? Oh my gosh. Pile 3, I'm sorry. That's harsh. You know, oh my gosh, the disappointment. You may have to cut these people off, you know. I think it's in your best interest to get rid of these people, because a lot of them seem like they're in secret competition with you, or they feel like you're in secret competition with them. And either way that goes, it's bad for business, you know. So if I'm saying bad for business, so if this is in a workplace, you may want to consider finding new employment. Or if you're like the boss, because you did get the emperor energy with that confidence, maybe you need to consider hiring new people, because these people are, you know, they're not very, the ethics and the morale in the workplace would be shot with this energy. And if this is in a family dynamic or friends, you better off without these people, you know. I do feel that you will find your tribe, but not until you cut loose ends, you know. Some of these people are just like, I'm not even gonna lie, you don't have a friend here. Like, whoever I'm talking about, whatever this dynamic is, there's 2 people here at least. 2 to 5 people I see. But magician, devil, 5 of wands, like, you don't have a friend. These people are not, they're not good for you. They don't have your best intentions. I would do my best to rid myself of these people and stay far from them, because whatever. And if you know your story and everything that I was saying here aligns, and these are people that you don't want to lose, then I would shape up, you know, or maybe have that conversation with somebody like, hey, I know I haven't been the best, but here's what's actually going on. Because like I said, maybe there's something that you're really trying to heal from. Maybe there's some mental health or some emotional health, you know, like something that's just sad. Maybe you're Eeyore, And people need to know that you're Eeyore so that they don't feel this way about you, okay? But that's your advice. That's what I got. I almost don't hope that resonated, but I do hope it resonated for the sake of me making these videos and putting out this content. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Love, light, and abundance.